Yo, Kopish, 0-0 away from home to Newcastle United. Yeah, what can I say? That's a poor result. I checked the away league table last night. And I think as it stands, we're 9th in the away league table. Below teams like Leeds United, Tottenham Hotspur. So I don't know what we're doing there. And we need to fix that up as soon as possible. Like first in the home league table, but that away form is now starting to build up because that's 4 or 5 draws to like relegation teams now, and all those drop points are going to build up. And what worries me is that last season away from home, even when we were playing poorly, we always found a way to win. And keep in mind, we didn't have Thiago last season. For example, like Wolves away from home, that late Firmino goal, Tottenham as well. And we even smacked up teams away from home as well, like the 4-0 against Leicester, and I think Bournemouth 3-0 as well. So I think that needs to improve massively if we're going to retain this league title. I think Klopp left the changes too late last night. I think Ox should have come on because we needed that bit of drive in midfield to just bring a bit of urgency to it. And I think Thiago should have come on earlier because when he came on, you saw the difference in class. Like, we've clearly got the best centre midfielder in the world on our hands there. Every pass he made led to a dangerous situation, and that's what we've been missing in an attacking aspect. I think once he gets a regular run of games, that will improve that side of things. What worried me defensively was that I think Wilson had the beating of Phillips all game. And I think we're lucky they didn't capitalise on one of those situations. That Fabinho block early on from the near post was crucial. But that worries me when playing against better opposition, who might be more clinical. So we need to be careful there. But that makes Southampton a must-win now, to be honest, because anything but a win puts us at risk of losing top spots of United's game in hand. And then we play United as well, whose away form is very good too. So, yeah, let's hope for a win there, guys.
All right, guys. I hope you're well. I know things are difficult at the moment, and the most important thing is that you guys and obviously the wider Kopish family are doing well. Getting to grips with handling the coronavirus and winning personal battles and just, coping well. And, one thing that we all kind of have in common is that we look to Liverpool for a bit of inspiration. We look to Liverpool to improve and uplift our mood. And at the moment, that's not really happening. It really isn't. These draws have been incredibly frustrating. I think these draws have been a bit inexcusable, to be honest. If we're going to be harsh, we've got to be harsh and a bit open and a bit honest and constructive and a bit real and frank and all of those things. And we've got to look at this and realise that we're in a sticky and precarious situation, and there's no two ways about it. Got to call a spade, as the common catchphrase goes in the Kopish live stream. So look, the Newcastle game itself, if we're going to talk about that, we can identify that the performance was better. We can identify that we created a few more chances than we did against West Brom. However, I think we're all unanimously agreed that it wasn't creative or intense enough or urgent enough in the midfield. I think Milner and Henderson were okay, but I didn't think Curtis Jones was that great. I think the kid has a wonderful future. I think he's a wonderful player. I think he's been great so far. But I think we have to be honest and, and identify that it wasn't Curtis Jones' best game. And I think Thiago should have come on earlier at half-time. Look, if he played 20-25 minutes, I think he could have played 45 minutes. And I think we're not being risky enough with how we're moving the ball. We're not being incisive enough. We're not being creative enough. And that comes down to the team selection. Now, I understand why Klopp has been a bit conservative with his team selection, because we've had chop and changes to our defences, so we want to have more defensive midfields to kind of cover up potential gaps or frailties we might have at the back. But I'd understand that against the likes of Leicester, against the likes of Wolves, or maybe Southampton coming up. I'd understand that because they're more attacking teams. They have more of an attacking threat. But I'm sorry to say, Newcastle and West Brom, not good. Not good. These teams fight for relegation pretty much every year. West Brom obviously relegated a few seasons ago. They'll probably be relegated again. And Newcastle, no. They don't really have much of an attacking threat. Yes, Callum Wilson, but he's just come back from injury. It wasn't the best Callum Wilson that we saw on show. So I think we weren't bold enough or risky enough with the team lineup. I would have happily have loved Chamberlain or Shaqiri or Minamino to start against West Brom, against Newcastle. But these things have happened in the past. I don't think there's much point dwelling on them. But I think what is important is that we know that these drop points mean something. This whole idea that we're still top of the table. Yes, it's great. But at the end of the day, these drop points mean something, and we're gonna have to win the big games. Winning against the small teams means that it takes the pressure off in the big games. It means that if we draw to Spurs away, which is coming up, or if we draw to Man U away, that's fine. It's kind of all right. It means that It means that if we have dropped points, they have dropped points. But we have to now go and beat them. This is the situation we're in. United are probably going to be level on points with us soon. So are City. We're going to have to go and win these games. And I think there is a unanimous agreement that we have to sign in January. There is no excuse with not signing a centre-back. If we want to win a trophy this season, if we want to meet expectation like we have done every single season under Klopp, credit to him and credit to the team that we've done that, in my opinion. If we want to meet expectation this season, we have to sign a centre-back because we know it's a glaringly obvious that we have to get one. And we have been missing Van Dijk and Gomez, and Matip in and out is a real piss take as well. And I think Van Dijk and Gomez, whilst they're incredible defensively, they actually help in the attacking phase, playing through the lines, the switched ball to Robertson and Trent, and they have a bit of pace. That means they can play a higher line, which means that the team are more integrated, the team are closer together. It means that it makes it more difficult for an opponent to kind of, keep up with play. Centre-back is vital. I really think it's important not to discount the FA Cup. That might be our only route to a trophy. United and City, they are 100% title challengers, title contenders, whatever you want to call it. This whole notion that we're clear favourites is in my opinion nonsense. If you look at their squads, I think it's superior to ours at the moment. I don't think it's superior with everyone fit, but in terms of how they're playing and how we're playing, they are looking a bit more threatening, a bit more menacing. They're being a bit more consistent. They're winning games through the scruff of their necks. They're winning games in the last minute. We're not doing that at the moment, so we need to change it up. We need to get some form going, and if it's the FA Cup that gives us the trophy this season, then so be it. I think the FA Cup is a good enough trophy. I think given the situation we've been in this season, it's been very, very difficult with all the injuries, with the chop and changing. It's not been easy for anyone. I don't think we can use that as an excuse for drawing against the bad teams. I think we may be able to use it as an excuse for drawing to the big teams, even though we didn't draw to the big teams last season or season before. But yeah, look, there's not really much more to say other than we have to get a winning run going, and we have to win against Southampton and Burnley and Man United. 10 points in our next 4 games is a must. I hope we beat Villa in the FA Cup because I think it's an important competition. And it's up the Reds. Come the boys. Sorry for going over again the 92nd mark, but who doesn't love a good chat about Liverpool, eh? Anyway, up the Reds. You'll never walk alone. Have a wonderful new year.
Lads, I predicted this today and yesterday that going into this Newcastle game, I predicted it'd be an even game and it'd be a draw, and I was right. I mean, that's where we've gotten now. I predicted all wins. Now it's just the case of you just don't know what to expect. With this Liverpool team at the moment. For me, it's just we don't know where we're at in terms of the chemistry, and I believe that Van Dijk missing, definitely something that is a weakness back there. We missed that leadership. But bringing on, I thought that, it just wasn't good today, and I'm not happy at all, and we really have to kick on these next games because they're just going to come thick and fast, and if we don't, I'll get through the performances. Phillips, for me, give away the ball far too much. He's not. I'm sorry. I've tried to defend him. He's just not for us. And this doesn't wake up Klopp and the board orders now to go and get a centre back. I just don't know, because we clearly need it. We have to defend our title. We have to. Our aims are Champions League and Premier League. We have to keep that going, and we're just not. It looks like we're not gonna do that the way we're going. Please sign a centre back, Klopp. Please sign a centre back. Seriously. Okay, on to the rest of the squad. I thought that Robertson and Trent. I feel Trent hasn't looked himself. I really want to see him push on after this because, I really don't want him to dip after winning all he can. But there's still a lot more to go for him. Come on, Trent. I really want you to go and kick on now because at the moment you're going through a bad phase and it's just not good enough. The midfield, again, Curtis Jones, Henderson, and Milner. That's not the midfield for me. There's a difference when Thiago came on. You clearly saw it. He drives the team forward. He's a world class player. He should have came on earlier for me, and he had no doubt he starts in every game now. He starts every game. I don't care. It helps us get more chances, and that have clearly showed today when he came on. Midfield not good enough for me today. And the front three, again, not clinical enough. They tend to sometimes leave passes together. One pass could be good, and then another pass won't be good. It clearly happens on a constant basis, and but they'll still end up scoring. But today was just not those days, and not clinical enough. Mane and Salah really need to really be clinical enough, and I really hope Jota can come back sooner because we need that clinical edge if we're gonna go on and retain this title. And I thought Shaq could have done not on the right, but on as a sort of an attacking mid in a way because some of the decisions Klopp are making at the moment are just weird and for me, and he needs to get them right. Look, we move on to Southampton away. Who knows what will happen in that game? Our away form is poor at the moment. We really have to kick on here. And if there's one thing I agree with Drifty on, is that we haven't looked ourselves. And that is the reason why we didn't sign a centre back. Seriously, Liverpool, please wake up and sign a centre back, please, because we clearly need it. On to Southampton now, of the Reds.